Before we learn any poses, we are going to do a warm-up called crown, heart, tail.
So I'm going to lead you in crown, heart, tail. If I say crown, you're going to put your hands on your head. If I say heart, you're going to put your hands right here. If I say tail, you're going to put your hands right here. Here we go. Crown, tail, heart, crown, tail, heart, 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 tail, tail, heart, crown, tail, oops, heart.
Very good. Thank you for the warm-up. Now, when we do yoga today, we are going to be looking at yoga poses named after things in nature. So before we start, let's put our hands into a prayer position, and we'll say an echo prayer and ask God to bless our yoga today. Dear God.
Dear God.
Thank you for today.
Thank you for today.
Thank you for our bodies.
Thank you for our bodies.
All the people in the world.
All the people in the world.
And all the things that you made in nature.
And all the things that you made in nature.
Please bless us.
Please bless us.
And help us glorify you.
And help us glorify you.
When we move our bodies.
When we move our bodies.
Amen.
Amen.
Very good. So let's start in a yoga pose called mountain. Now mountains are very tall. So we're going to stand up as tall as we can. Our feet are grounded into the floor. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, you don't need any mats or anything to do yoga with us today. All you need is a place on the floor or even a place outside. So our feet are grounded into the floor. Our head, our crown is up tall like a mountain. And when we're outside, we can see the sunshine. And the sun shines all the way up in the sky. And then Annie, where does the sun shine down to?
All the way down to the ground.
So reach down as far as you can. It doesn't matter if you touch your toes or not. Take a deep breath in, shine the sun all the way up in the sky. And then let the sun shine all the way where?
Back to your toes.
Very good. One more time. The sun goes all the way up to the sky. And down to
your toes.
Very good. While we're down here at your toes, wiggle your toes a little. And then put your hands on your shins. That's the spot between your knees and your feet. And Annie's showing us here we can do monkey. So monkey can stay like this or swing back and forth. What does a monkey say? Very good. Now from monkey, take your hands back down to your feet. And we're going to take a big step back with both feet and come into downward facing dog. Our pets, our dogs are part of nature. Now, when we do downward facing dog, your body is a triangle or like a letter A, and your tail is way up in the air, and your hands and your feet are on the floor. Now, we've been taking our dog on lots of walks. Annie's going to show us how to walk the dog.
So when you're going to walk the dog, you're going to bend one knee at a time like you're walking when you're walking your dog.
Very good. And this is a good stretch for us. You might feel a stretch along the back of your legs while we walk the dog. And then when we come back to downward dog, I think y'all are ready for something tricky. And that is called three-legged dog. So pick your favorite foot and lift it up in the air. Very good. Put that foot down. Other foot lifts up in the air. Make sure your hands stay on the floor. Very good. Come back to downward dog. Now let's take your tail down, but keep your hands and feet where they are. This is called plank. Now this can be a pretty hard exercise. If you want to put your knees down, you can. But when we do plank, we think about our bodies being long like a log that we might see outside. And we're going to hold this and count to 3. Let's count to 3. You ready, Annie? 1, 2, 3. Good. Lift your tail way up. Find downward dog one more time. That feels good. Turn your head and look at the space between your hands. And take a lot of steps to walk your feet into your hands. Then we'll touch our toes again. Then the sun shines way up in the sky again. And we come back down the mountain. Now one of Annie's favorite things to see outside is a rainbow. And she is going to show us how to do our rainbow pose.
So how you do rainbow is you're going to find your favorite arm, reach it way up to the sky and see how far you can reach all the way
reaching across the rainbow.
And then just do that same thing with the other part.
Reaching across the rainbow again. Good. Both hands come down to your sides again. And let's take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Now usually when we do mountain, our feet are pretty close together. We're going to step them a little further apart now and reach your hands up into the air. And you are a star. So a star has 5 points, 2 hands and 2 feet and your head. So we're making a nice tall star. Now our next pose is called a sunflower. Y'all might have seen some of those big sunflowers. So we do sunflower, we bend our knees and our elbows and come down like this. Good, imagine you're reaching out around the outside of that big, beautiful sunflower. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, sunflower, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. And then we'll stand up and be a star again. Now we've done one tricky thing. We're going to do another tricky thing. You ready, Annie?
Mm-hmm.
From star, what do?
From star, we're going to go into balancing star, which is when you pick up a foot and try to balance.
You pick up one foot and balancing star. Now bring your hands back to a prayer position. Can you take this lifted foot and put it on your other leg and find tree, one of our great things we can see out in nature. Good, feet come down. I like to take a deep breath after balancing to kind of clear my head. Big deep breath, reach your hands up, and the sun shines down to our toes. Breathe in, up to the sun, and down to mountain. Now let's try that whole thing on the other side. So hands come up, we find our star again, spread your feet apart if you need to, and we're ready for our tricky thing. Lift up your other foot and find balancing star. Good job. Hands come into your prayer, and then we put our other foot into tree. Very good. Both feet come down. We're coming down to mountain one more time. Breathe in, reach your hands all the way up. Breathe out, come down. Now we're going to make our bodies little. We're going to make ourselves as small as a seed. Annie, can you show how to do that?
So when you go into your seed, you're going to get down like a frog and then just kind of tuck your head in like your seed.
Very good. Now from seed, we're going to sit down and finish out our yoga class sitting down. When we get to the end of our yoga practice and we're ready to do something quiet and calm, we'll sit down kind of like crisscross applesauce like you might do at school or back when we went to school. And we'll take one more big deep breath in. When we breathe out, imagine that you're going to blow a cloud across the sky. Good. One more big deep breath in. Breathe out, blow that cloud a little further across the sky. Good. Now, we're going to lay down. Find a comfy spot to lay down on. Lay down on your back. Lay down on your back. And find just a comfy place to lay. If you have a blanket or something that you want to lay down on, you can. And once you're in your comfy spot, close your eyes. And I want you to think about your favorite place in the whole world. But let's pick a favorite outside place. So close your eyes and imagine that place, anywhere you might have been that's outside. And when we close our eyes, even though our eyes are closed, God lets us remember things. So we picture everything there is to see in this favorite place. Think about what you see as your eyes are closed. Do you remember any sounds from your favorite place? Take a sniff in. Do you remember any smells that were there? Do you remember anything you tasted when you were there? And do you remember what you felt when you were there? Did you feel anything soft or wet or scratchy? We close our eyes, remember everything there is to see and hear and smell and taste and feel in this favorite place outside. We take just another breath or two to remember that favorite place. And then slowly, we're going to sit back up again. Now the last thing that we'll do in our yoga practice today is we get to use, sometimes we use funny words in yoga. And so when we do something with our hands in yoga, it's called a mudra. Can you say that?
Mudra.
Mudra. So a mudra that we've done a lot today is we've had our hands in prayer. So let's try that mudra together. So this is our prayer mudra. Another one that we can do is called a lotus flower. So in a lotus flower mudra, you keep your thumbs together and you keep your pinky fingers together. But you open your other fingers like this. Can you do that? Very good. So this is called a lotus flower. And in yoga, this reminds us of the beauty of nature, and it's supposed to help us feel calm. And I like that. I like learning that at a yoga class. But what I think about when I see a lotus flower is that God has the whole world in his hands. And I think about one of Annie's favorite songs, that he's got the whole world in his hands. And she brought her book to show us, a page that shows all the wonderful kids and plants and animals outside that God holds in his hands. Thank you for showing that, Annie. So when we do this mudra, we can think about that God has the whole world in his hands, and he holds us safe here. He can help us stay calm, and he always takes care of us no matter where we go. So we've done our lotus flower. Bring your hands back into prayer one more time. And we thank God for giving us time together today. Thank you for doing yoga with us. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.